I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me, still with the dolls that I grew beside.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I look a bit messy today, but the show must go on. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the essentials that you need as a beginner nail tech. Let's get into the video. Okay, so first off, let's start with when it comes to drills. You're going to automatically need an e-file no matter what. You can't just use the hand file for everything. So you're definitely going to need an e-file. So when it comes to prepping, you have that on deck. Let me show you guys my e-file. My e-file is a bit of a mess. It looks like this. It's the Melody Susie. I'm not too sure which series because they have like different ones, but Melody Susie definitely is a very good like, what's the word, very affordable. They're very affordable when it comes to drills, so I recommend getting a Melody Susie. Everything that's mentioned will be linked in my Amazon storefront. But yeah, Melody Susie, you're gonna need an e-file. If you could find a better alternative on Amazon, or if you're in your local nail supply store, you could go ahead and do that. I think this one was only 80 something bucks, and it's lasting me like a year and a half now. So yeah, I recommend Melody Susie. Okay, you're going to need sanding bands that look like this. You're going to need sanding bands. These are 240 grit. Very, very, very fine. The higher the number is, the more fine it is. The lower the number, the more coarser it is. So 80 out of 80, that's very coarse. 100 out of 100, that's pretty coarse. And then you have 180, yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? That's for a whole different video. But then you're going to need a mandrel bit to put that sanding bit on. They sell these in a whole different variety. Like, they have them in a 3-pack. They have them when you buy the sanding bands. You know what I mean? And this will go on your e-file, and this takes the shine off of the natural nail. I would recommend some type of cuticle bit. For example, something like this. Or they have pointy ones, something like this. A cuticle bit, because it's very convenient when lifting up those cuticles, so that you could go ahead and get ready to cut them off. So with that being said, you're going to need cuticle nippers. After all of that, you can't forget a file. Okay, I personally use an 80 out of 80 file. I recommend getting an 80 out of 80 file. They have ones 100 out of 180 and stuff like that, but 80 out of 80 is where it's at, y'all. 80 out of 80 is where it's at. You can't forget to cut those nail tips, y'all. To cut those nail tips, you need something like this. Nail tip cutter. I'm not sure what is this called, but nail tip cutter. You're gonna need that. You're gonna need the brushes to wash their hands with, or for you to scrub them down for them, whatever it is. You're gonna need brushes. Me personally, I would say that you should invest in Young Nail Swipe. Me personally, I like to use Swipe. I think it's a good investment. I think you should. But I do think that if you mix acetone and alcohol together, it will give you the same effect. As long as the nail is dehydrated and there's no oils on the plate, you're perfectly fine. So if you were to get acetone and alcohol, you have to get it in bulk. You have to. Even if you just started getting clients, even if you're just working on yourself, save money and get it in bulk. Acetone and alcohol, they both come in a bottle like this at your local nail supply store. Dehydrator. Some people don't use dehydrator. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a necessity, especially if you're doing the whole alcohol and acetone thing, or the Young Nail Swipe. Whichever one you're doing, it's really up to you if you want to go ahead with a second dehydrator. I personally do. I use the Mia Secret. Everybody's going to know about this one. This is very beginner friendly. This, along with the with the primer. Let me see if I have. Let me see. I do have. With this, they come together. This will be in my Amazon storefront. This comes together. This is very, very beginner friendly, very affordable. Mia Secret in general is very affordable. When you go to get Monomer, I recommend you get Mia Secret, but Mia Secret has the strongest smell. The smell is so strong, I really don't know, but I recommend getting Mia Secret. Okay. Nail tips. Okay, these I did get from the studio. I would recommend just getting just no C curve, tapered square tips, and starting with that, because you can really just shape it into whatever you. Then when it comes to primers, like I said, we already talked about Mia's Secret, so this is the most affordable one. Me personally, I use the y'all. This lady just looked through the window. I think she's looking for the dog place because we have a dog place right next door. So okay. Me personally, I use the No Lift primer. With the No Lift primer, they have one that's acid free. This one has acid in it, so when I use it, I make sure to not touch the skin at all. At all, y'all. Or you have Valentino, which Valentino is pretty good as well. It's pretty expensive. So yeah, that's kind of up to you if you want to do your own research on that. Me personally, like I said, I stand by No Lift. Or something else that I stand on, everybody stands on, is the Young Nails Protein Bond. Again, guys, all of this will be in my Amazon storefront. But the reason I stopped getting it is because of the size of the bottle for the price, which is okay because they did explain that the reason they have it in such a small quantity is because if it was in a bigger bottle, it wouldn't give you the same effect and your retention wouldn't be as good. They have it somewhere and I read it somewhere. I believe them. That's fine. But I'm still going to stick to the No Lift primer. But if I needed to, I have my Young Nails on hand, okay? Now, after it comes to, you know, your primer, your prep, what else should you have? What else should you have when you're a beginner nail tech? What else should you have on your table? Well, let's get into that. I have my monomer in this glass, but the monomer that's in here is a Young Nails monomer. Young Nails, the smell is not as strong as Mia's Secret, so I would recommend Young Nails for sure, like for sure. To have monomer, you need to look into getting a good acrylic brush. Me, I personally use the Kiara Sky brush. This is a size 12, guys. If you guys can see, I'm sorry. It's a size 12. They have a whole different colors of these. It's pretty affordable. It's not as expensive. It used to be very expensive, but now it's pretty affordable. It's not that bad. Another good one, make sure to put it right here. This one's very, very good too. They have different sizes. A lot of nail techs still use that one, so I would recommend that one as well. And another good one would be the Not Polish brush, which this one is all messed up. I don't really use it as much anymore, but this one's a size 12 as well. I do recommend if you're a beginner, size 10, size 8 or 10. Me personally, I think a size 8 is just a little too small, but a size 10 I think is a pretty good size. One is crimped and one is not. They kind of look the same, but this one is not crimped and this one is crimped. It's kind of up to you and your preference if you like crimped brushes or if you don't like crimped brushes. It's really just up to you. You're obviously going to need cuticle oil. Okay, that's a must. You can't forget a dapping dish, but you can't forget a dapping dish. You're going to need something to put the monomer in. You need a top coat. I would recommend getting a top and matte coat just so you have those on deck. I personally use Coupa. I don't think they're that expensive. They're amazing. The top coat comes out shiny and so nice. I recommend for sure. But if not, you have D&D, which is also pretty good and very affordable as well, for matte and top coat. Another thing you'd need are some buffers, and you're gonna need basic polishes such as white, black, and I'd probably say some nude colors, you know, nudes, pinkish nudes, just like you would with the acrylics. So D&D is very, very, very good and affordable. When it comes to acrylic powders, I really do recommend getting either Mia's Secret or Young Nails. Those come in bulk for a very good price. Don't get no colors. You can make any color with polish. Like, you don't need no colors, okay? Just get nudes. Very classic nude, premium nudes, white, clear. Lastly, you're gonna want an LED light, which looks like this. There's so many different kinds. You can't forget an LED light. Like, you need to have that on deck. You need to. But I think that's all for this video. If I'm forgetting anything, I'll make sure to link it down in the description, maybe the comments. I'll make sure to link it down there, y'all, just so you guys can have it. I'm most likely going to make another video on how to actually prep the nails. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Damn, my shit is